Okay, welcome to JC Connect. Uh, in the previous class, um, we solved one problem. Um, Also, of course, these are all very simplest problems. In the first class, we solved, maybe in the third class, we solved uh, one problem that is for only single room building, and the second, that is two-room building, that we solved by using the long wall and short wall method, and um, central line methods. So the second problem I have not solved using central line methods. So anyhow, I will supply that solution using central line method. Um, you just try to work out with the central line method. I already told that whenever you are doing the central line method, um, so center to center distance will be calculated. So overall, for example, if you have four walls, so four walls without considering the long walls or short walls, the four walls center to center distance will be taken, and remaining will be taken as breadth and the height as usual. So, and we compared in the first problem, we compared with the long wall short wall method as well as the central line method also. Um, so it is you have to get the same measurements. The second problem, um, what you try to work out using central line method. Let's see, maybe if possible we'll solve in the next class also. I hope one or two problems are sufficient. Still we'll continue. Anyway, we'll supply one or two problems. You try to work out. If any difficulties, we'll uh, take up that only. Till then, we'll move on to the um, that is, um, maybe it is there in the second module. We'll go ahead with the second module. Um, so one or two problems are there. I'll give it. Um, Very simple problems. Yesterday I've given one problem. I just try to work out. It is there in feet. Try to work out. You just convert that into meters and try to work out it. And today I'll send one more problem along with the solution. Just go ahead with that. So then, some of the things I already discussed, but still, what exactly the rules for measurement of any of the buildings? So some of the standard protocols are there as for the IS 1200. So whenever you are doing the um, calculations, or whenever doing the approximations, at what extent you have to make the approximations of any of the measurements. So what are the rules are there? So always you have to stick on to the IS code. So then which are the things are there? First one, there is measurement shall be made for furnished item of the work, and description of each item shall include materials, transport, labor, fabrication tools, plant, and all type of overheads for finishing the work in the required shape, size, and specifications. Because you have to include all the things whichever are there. That is overall meaning of this sentence. So second one, in booking, the order shall be in sequence of length, breadth, and height of the thickness. Always, whenever you are ordering for any of the materials, go with in order how much length is required, how much breadth is required, how much thickness is required. So for example, if you are ordering any pipe material, how much dia I required, how much length I required. So let it be in sequence. So and what accuracy we have to make it. That is very important. What will happen is that sometimes it will be fractions. So then whether you have to take the fractions, because um, maybe you are getting like total quantity of steel is required for about 1.235 tons, like that. If it is there, then what extent I have to approximate it. So what are the rules? When you follow these strict rules, or if you approximate it, normally you will go wrong. Whenever you are doing it, let it be at the higher side. Always you have to prefer at the higher side only. That is, so first one, linear measurements shall be measured nearest to the point 0.01 meters. What exactly this linear measurements is? Linear measurements means linear measurements, that is L, B and H. If you are doing it, you approximate it to 0.01 meters. Then areas meter square, this will be in meters. Then you measure up to the accuracy of means nearest to the 0.01 square meters. The cubical contents in terms of meter cube volume, if you are calculating, you can work out to the nearest of 0.01 cubic meter. So that has to be maintained always. Then you're not supposed to maintain like if you are getting um, um, 0.1 1.1, so you better keep it 1.1 as it is. Okay, the second digit you have to approximate it. That should be the thing. Don't approximate it after decimal 1. Then same type of work under different conditions and nature shall be measured separately under separate items. Even if it is same type of work with the different conditions. Remember this, different conditions. That has to be calculated separately. The bills of the quantities shall fully describe the materials proportions. This we'll discuss in the third module, this point, how exactly it has to be calculated. Then in case of masonry or structural concrete, the category shall be measured separately and the height shall be described. Normally, yesterday we did that, but still, from foundation to plinth level, how much? So at the end, what you can do, you take these separate items, not a problem. Whether it is a lime concrete foundation or whether it is the uh, first footing, second footing, third footing, whatever it is. Finally, but to describe overall what will be the quantity from foundation to plinth level, from plinth level to first floor level, and first floor level to the second floor level, and so on. Finally, you have to tell um, in terms of, okay, for foundation to plinth level, how many a cubic meter of brick is required. For plinth level to the first floor, how much it is required. Then from first floor to second floor, how much it is required. That all we have to calculate it separately. Then this we already discussed, the quantity of the materials, cost of the labor. Especially this we have not discussed, the cost of the equipment. So some works need special type of equipments, tools, plants. So in such cases, an amount of 1 to 2% of the estimated cost will be provided. Normally, that much is required. These are whatever we are telling. These are the as for the IS provisions. This overhead charge also we have discussed. Of course, this is one more problem, which is of a 3 bedroom. Sorry, the one hall is there, one kitchen is there, one bedroom is there. So I'll supply this along with the solutions. Just try to work. Very simple problem. Yeah. So already calculated using center line. Just work out this. Let's see what will happen. We'll supply this. So then we'll move on to the. We discussed some of the detailed estimate and the rough estimate, or we can say it is an approximate estimate. So how exactly, which are the methods are there to calculate the approximate method? Uh, Normally, whenever you are preparing the approximate estimate, so preliminary or approximate estimate or rough estimate is required for the studies for various project works and for normally for administrative approval. That means you can do all these things whenever you are going with action plan. You are preparing some action plan. Okay, around assume that I am preparing two storage hospital. So you have to tell that what will be the approximate cost for this. So then how exactly it has to be done? Because if you say only then prepare the action plan, then go for the detailed project report. So in that, at least some accuracy should be maintained. For that, you have to go with the approximate estimates. Then it can decide in case of commercial projects whether a net income earned justifies the amount invested or not. See why you have to go with the approximate estimate is that whether I have to move forward with the project or not. Because if it is close together, if maybe uh, you have to ask whether how much amount is required for that project. Um, for example, only if the government is not having any funds, if you raise higher funds, they may tell that okay, this year it is not required, go with next year. So like that kind of decisions will be taken whenever um, if approximate estimate is available. So then approximate estimate is prepared from the practical knowledge and the cost of similar works. You have to observe the cost of similar works, then you have to decide it. The estimate is accompanied by a report duly explaining the necessity, utility of the project with site and layout plan. A percentage about 5 to 10% is allowed for the contingencies. The following are the methods used for the preparation of the approximate estimate. Then normally which are the methods we have to follow whenever you are going with the um, preparation of the approximate estimate. So then first one, plinth area method. Second one, cubical contents methods. Third one, unit base method. Now what exactly this plinth area method is? So then plinth area method is the cost of construction is determined by multiplying the plinth area with its rate. So means per area, plinth area, how much it is there? Very simple. Plinth area and how much rate per meter square. Assume that it's meter square. So or feet square or square feet per square foot. What will be the rate per meter square? What will be the rate? Normally, it is given by with the help of rate will be of meter square only. Then the area is obtained by multiplying the length and breadth outer dimensions of the buildings. So then in fixing the plinth area rate, remember this length and breadth. Most of the time we will calculate the height also, not correct. So in fixing the plinth area rate, carefully observation and necessary inquiries are made in respect of quality and quantity, aspects of materials, labor, type of foundation, height of building, roof, woodwork, fixtures, numbers, and number of storage, etc. Care should be taken in this method that if you have a confusion with the height of the building, so that there is no um, sometimes you may take that I need only 8 feet of the wall height. Sometimes you will not be knowing that at what height I'm going to uh, raise the building. So in that case, it is not correct. Only when the length and breadth dimensions are very clear, that time you can use it. So now, as for IS 3861, the followings are areas include while calculating the plinth area of the building. So that we'll discuss later. So we'll take up some of the problems. So as for IS code, some of the calculations are there, how exactly it can be calculated. That we'll discuss later. So then we'll take up that problem, we'll come to know. So then cubical contents method. This method is generally used for multi-storage buildings. It is more accurate than the two other methods, normally plinth area and unit-based method. Unit-based method we'll discuss later. So then the cost of the structure is calculated approximately by the cubical content. Why? Because it is accurate means you will be knowing L, B, H, all three. But in the first case, you'll be knowing these two only. We don't, in the first case, what we discussed in the plinth area method, we know the only area, but what happens to the height of the building? That has to be taken care. Because if sometimes plus or minus things are going to happen in height, it is going to affect our rates, the approximate rate. The volume of the it is obtained by, of course, length, breadth, and depth or height. The length and breadth are measured out to out walls, very important. Out to out walls, excluding the plinth offset. This is true. Two has to be remembered. Out to out walls. The cost of the steering course, then carbeling, etc., is neglected. So then normally the rate per unit volume, that is volume of the building, then a rate, and what is the unit volume. The cost of the building can be calculated. Then what is the unit based method? Normally it is per volume. Per volume, how much rupees has to be kept, that we have to take up. Then unit based method. So according to this method, the cost structure is determined by multiplying the total number of units with unit rates of each item. Um, See, unit rate means, for example, if you are constructing a big building, so how many units will be reserved? So for small buildings, how many units will be reserved? For first floor, how many units will be reserved? So units, how exactly it will be calculated? See, units are based on the kind of construction you are going. Kind of construction you are doing. For example, if you are very simple house where small we have one small kitchen is there, one hall is there, one bedroom is there, one small toilet is there. So then how many units will be provided for hall of this much size approximate? Assume that 6 by 4, or you can say 10 by 12. Assume that if it is a big hall, or uh, so how much units will be standard dimensions, how much units will be reserved for 6 by 4, how many units will be reserved. So there are set of standard units are there, how much we have to be provided. Based on that, we have to provide it. So per unit, how much will be the rate? It is unit per rate, that has to be taken care. So in a case of schools and colleges, the unit considered as one student, and in case of hospitals, one bed, and the unit rate is calculated by doing actual expenditure, inaccurate, or the cost of similar buildings into a nearby locality, or by number of units. So if more peoples per people, how many units? So like hospitals, how many beds? If schools, how many students? So based on that, we have to calculate the how much um, units of things we are. Then I will take one problem. So prepare an approximate estimate of an building
So you're not audible.
Yeah, prepare an approximate. Just a minute. Now it is audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Prepare an approximate estimate of the building project with the total plinth area of all the buildings is 800 meter square. So first we'll discuss about plinth area. So the plinth area of the building he has given 800 meter square. And from the following data. So rate how much he has given per rate means per square meter the rate will be 4500 per meter square, that is RS 4500 per meter square. Then cost of the water supply at the rate of 7.5% of the cost of the building. Suppose if you prepare an approximate estimate of around 10 lakhs or 15 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 7.5% of the 10 lakhs, that will be considered for the water supply whenever doing the calculations. Then cost of sanitary and electrical installations of 7.5% of the cost of the building. Then cost of the architectural features, that is 1% of the building cost. Then cost of the roads and lawns, it is 5% of the building cost. Then cost of contingencies, that is 4% of the buildings. So then determine the total cost of the project. Of course, it is very easy. So this is first one. Is given the plinth area 800 meter square. Then plinth area rate, that is 4500 per meter square. Then cost of the building, that can be calculated. Then how much will be the cost of the building? Just multiply the 800 and 4500, so you'll get 36 lakhs. You'll get the total approximate cost of the building, that is equal to 36 lakh. Then add the cost of the water supply charges. So what I said is that water supply, he is telling that it is 7.5% of the cost of the building. We got the cost of the building, that is 36 lakhs. Then that is 7.5% of that, you have to add it. So 7.5 divided by 100. So then you got, that is 2,70,000 rupees for you, only you are taking it for the water supply charges. Then actually they add the cost of the sanitary and electrical installations. This problem actually it is 7.5. Here this has to come 7.5. 7.5. He told that it is cost of sanitary installations.
So it
Yes,
is
so
each at 7.5, sir.
cost of sanitary and electrical. Each at okay. Electrical each is 15, correct. It is right. It is right. It is 15 only. Each at means it will be 15%. Right. 7.5 plus 7.5. Right. Then add the cost of architectural features, that is 1% of the building cost. So 1 by 100. Then add the cost of the roads lawns at 5%. So 5 by 100. So total 36 lakhs is there. So it is 5 of 100. Then add of contingency, that is 4% of the total. Then add all those things. Then also he has said that um, total cost of the projects. He has not told us to add the supervision, but you can add, otherwise you leave that, not a problem. So that is total. Um, Actually, it is assumption. If you want, you can. Otherwise, you leave this part. This part you can leave. He has not told that any supervision charges, how much you have to add it. If you want, you can add it. Otherwise, leave it. Then this is a very simple problems. We'll move a little bit quick. So then second problem, the plinth area of an apartment is 500 square meter. Full stop. Determine the total cost of the building from the following data. So then here the rate of construction is Rs 1230 per meter cube. Then height of the apartment is 16.25 meters. Then water supply, sanitary, electrical installations each at 6% of the building cost. Means so it is 6, it is 6, and it is 6. And architectural appearances, that is 1% of the building cost. To unforeseen items, that is 2% of the building cost. And contingencies, it is 4% of the building cost. So then how much is said is that rate of construction is 1230 per meter cube. Rate he has given. Plinth area he has given as 500 square meter. Remember this. It is in meter square. But rate he has given per meter cube. First, before making that, first do the conversion. The rate he has not given per meter square. So it is total volume of the building he has calculated. Then better to first the volume of the building can be calculated by multiplying 500 plus and the height of the apartment. Do that first. So then before that, first you calculate what will be the volume, that is 500 into 16.5, that you have to do in terms of meter cube. Volume, that is equal to 500 into 16.5. 16.5. So just calculate how much meter cube it will come. So then he has given, so he has in the problem he has already done. This is nothing but the volume in terms of meter cube. Then the rate, it is per cubic meter he has given, rate of construction, that is Rs 1230 per meter cube. Just multiply with that. So you'll get the total rupees. Then provision of water supply, sanitary and electrical installations, each at 6%. So here each it will be there 6 into 3, that is 18%. It is 18 he has mentioned, correct. So then calculate how much amount is coming. Then has a 18% of the building cost, that only has taken. Then architectural appearances 1 by 100, whatever the amount it is there, that much. Then unforeseen items, that is 2%. Contingencies, that is 4%. That just multiply with that, whatever the 99 lakhs 93,750 you are getting, the same you can multiply with those things. So then the third problem, the plinth area. The plinth area rate at the residential buildings are 100 square meter and RS 5000 respectively. Determine the total cost of the buildings as assuming the suitable provisions. See, he has not given anything here. See how much you have to take it, how much you are not supposed to take it. Hmm? So then, how much you have to take it. So you have to follow as for our the previous discussions what we did as for the IS code only. We have to prefer that. So normally sanitary fitting 15%, cost of electrifications 7.5%, the cost of roads and lawns 5%, the cost of the contingencies that is 4%. First you calculate it because it's very easy. Plinth area is given, its rate is also given. Just directly multiply 105,000, you will get this. So this much of this will be 15% of 100, 7.5% of 5 lakhs, then 5% of 5% of 5 lakhs, and 4% of the 5 lakhs for the contingencies. So this will take it uh, possibly in the next class.